Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Thursday the 22nd of September. Boy, are you in for a treat today. Wow, have we got some mods. Updates first. The map East Vineland, New Jersey, USA by MacTrucker921 has had an update that says it doesn't need a new save game. The Angevin Countryside by Mael LTA has had an update that doesn't say whether it needs an update, new save game or not. The Class Arion 5000-4200 by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau, the Case Puma 145 CVX Tier 3 by STV Modding, the Modular BJ by Castor DS Agro Service, Fish Farming by VX Mapping, the Wood Barn by Macca, and the Big Bags Cattle Pack by FSG Modding have all had updates. I'm going to start with the vehicles first rather than the other way around. Normally they come up on the Mods Hub as placeables, buildings, production chains, and it kind of goes through weights, machinery, equipment, then onto vehicles. But because of the way there's a lot, you'll see as we go around. I'm going to start with the Lizard B4500 weight by VincoMods. That's on the back here. It's a hefty weight. 0.24 megabytes download, 1 slot on console. We've got the option to change the colour of the weight and the option to change that section there and that there. You'll find it under weights, right out there on the end. 5 grand, 4.5 tonne. It's a beast. As I said, we can change those colours like that and like that. So weights, you can raise and lower it, and it's heavy. Next, we've got this. This is the Amazon 800 kilogram transport box. This is by Rick Black Label TWD Modding. 0.81 megabytes download, 2 slots on console, 1,560 to buy with no options. This is how it comes. You'll find this under tools and miscellaneous. So it's a weight, kind of rock box, but it does open so you can put in. I mean, you could throw some logs in there if you wanted to, but it's sort of a, you know, there's different mods with bags of fertilizer, bags of seed, things like that. Anything bag related you could throw in there. Possibly a holder. I know we've got some of the transportable, movable sleep triggers as well now. If I just turn the engine on and we open cover, that's all there is to it, really. Opens and closes. It's a transport box by Rick Black Label TWD Modding. Next we have got this. This is the long bunk. This is by Adub Modding ABP team. 1.25 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. You get it like this. The bunks themselves don't move. This is designed for long logs. That's why it's the long bunk. So if you're delivering full trees, this may be what you're looking for. It does have straps all the way along. I'm going to double check. I'm not going to lie, by the time I got to these, I started off setting those up and then went round. I can't remember half of what I set up. It's taken me probably about 2 hours now setting all this up. So you'll see. No, just tension belts. The bunks don't move. Tension belts can be done from in-cab or manually. Lights, indicators, reverse lights. So, this you'll find under forestry equipment. Just there, 20,000 to buy. Options on this, we have got Continental, Trelleborg. Oh, it's just those two. I'm trying to think what other. Oh, it's the Katana, isn't it? Continental and Trelleborg. No options within those. We can change the rim colour to anything on that palette. And there's license plate option. That's it. Doesn't have a rear trailer hitch. It comes just like that. Fantastic. That's by Adub Modding ABP team. Next we got the Fliegl ZPW 180 by Hydraulik. This is 4.36 megabytes download, 5 slots on console. This is not an auto load trailer. It does have straps, as you can see. There's a few different options. You can have a trailer hitch added. You can have this safety bar on the back. What was the other thing? Mud guards, colour options. But we'll have a look at it anyway. Like I say, it's not auto load, but this you'll find under bale loaders. Just there, the ZPW 180, 14,200 to buy. We've got the option of Trelleborg, BKT, Continental, and back again. The Trelleborg has got a standard and a wide. The BKT is just what you get, and the Continental has a standard and a wide as well. As I said, we can have without fenders or with fenders, without warning triangle or with warning triangle on the back, without spoiler or with spoiler, safety bar on the back, attachers, yes or no. Chassis colour, anything on that palette there. Rim colour, any one of those. And license plate on there too. Swivel front axle. Straps can be done from outside or inside the cab. That's the Fliegl ZPW 180 by Hydraulik. Next we've got these here. We've got the Sledge. This is designed more for multiplayer because you can, as you can see, you can hook them together. You can put them behind pickups, whatever you want, tractors, it's entirely your choice. You can get onto them. You can start the engine, but it's not giving the option to detach now, is it? As you can see, you can attach them together, but it's not. I might have to do it from the main tractor cab now, actually. So you can trail those behind you and have a bit of a laugh if you want. What I'm going to do, start the engine, and actually, oh, there we go. Detach. So will it give me the option to detach now from that one? No. So you can start the engine. It does move ever so slightly, but I don't think it's not designed for you to drive separately. It's designed for you to sit on and be hooned around like a maniac by your friends, who of course will tell you they're going to keep you safe and not crash you into a tree. There's no horn, lights, anything like that. It's just a sledge for having a laugh. This you'll find... Where was this? This was tools and miscellaneous, I believe. There we go. 100 to buy. Slot count comes down from 2 to 1. We've got a change of main colour. We've got light wood, grey wood, green wood. Those are your choices. For the Sledge. Hours of fun to be had in the snow. That's by JMZ 1.37 megabytes download. Next we've got this, the Fendt Katana. This is by Jeff D25, 13.98 megabytes download, 19 slots on console. It's the same slot count and the same price, initial price, as the standard in-game Katana, but as you can see, we've got a few different options on this. Longer pipe, reflectors, reflector strips, tyre choice, a few other bells and whistles. It's a nice looking bit of kit, that. If we go up to our vehicles, forage harvesters, so 395,019 slots for the standard. 395,019 slots, which comes down to 1. We have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, and back. Trelleborg, we got standard and wide. Michelin just comes like that. Continental comes like that. Mitas like that. BKT, we got a standard and a wide. Hang on. Vredestein, standard and a wide. And then back to Trelleborg again. Yep. Beacon light, we've got standard, or we've got a double flash. I went for the double flash. Warning package, no or yes. That puts all those lovely reflectors around the vehicle for you. Don't have to have them, it's up to you. Then we've got the 650, which is what comes standard in game, or we can bump that up 65,500 more for an 847 horsepower beast. You've then got short pipe, medium pipe, or long pipe option. Main colour, we've got the nature green or a more sort of flat, older style green. Rim colour, red, black, or silver. And license plate option on there as well. Let's jump in, start it up. Horn, double flash beacons if you've gone for those. Lighting's very nice indeed. Pipe out. It does sound very nice as well. Pipe in, flashes. Interior, very nicely detailed, nicely modelled. Lights all coming up there as well, including... Do those? Oh, it does, yeah. Comes on as well. Pipe out, gives you the warning. Should do. Well, that's interesting. That the pipe's out, but that hasn't come on. The lights need to be on for that. Okay. What we do have under L1, R1, and right stick up and down, door opens. It's quite slow. The door does open. And if we go to that side, R1 and right stick up and down opens the window. Again, fairly slow. It does open and close. Like so. Very nice indeed. The Fendt Katana by FS22. Next, we've got these. This is the old silo bins by Kobe. It's 14.7 megabytes download. We have got the Farmer. We've got Farmer 400, Farmer 500, and Farmer 800. Now these are basically the standard in-game ones, but they're made to look older. In essence, that sums it up in its entirety. And then we've got extension bins. We've got Farmer 100, 200, 100, 150, 200, 250 extension bins. And then we've also got the Karma 16, which can be filled up with seed or mineral feed. Now, what I will say is the fact they're old bins, they still charge you the regular price. So you're paying full price for old bins. But if you'd rather have an old one that looks like it's been there for a while rather than a brand spanking new one, this is an option you might want to go for. The regular silos, the Farmer 400, 500 and 800 are 5 slots each. The extensions are 3 slots each, and the Karma 1600, the Karma 16 is 3 slots. Also, you'll find the first one's under silos, but as you can see, if we go to there, 117 grand, 125 grand, 147. That's for the brand new ones. If we scroll across, the capacities are exactly the same. They're not multi-fruit silos. 117, 125, 147. And it's 400,000 litres, 500,000 litres, 800,000 litres. So if we go to the extensions, there we go. We've got the Farmer 100, 150, 200, 250, corresponds to the amount of thousands of litres. And if we go to container, you've got your Unia again, 16,000 for that one, 16,000 for that one. Exactly the same. So if you want an older versions of the bins that are already in game, there you go. The old silo bins by Kobe. Next, we've got these. These are representative of selection. These are the underfloor storage for bulk materials and liquids by ZoddelZockt. These are 2.56 megabytes download, 10 slots each for the first one of each. So we've got them that look like this, or the ones that look like this. If you go around to the boxes, as you, well, I'd say we've become accustomed to, but with a lot of the ZoddelZockt stuff now. So you've got a switch there for turning the lights on and off. So there's a light up there. Can turn on and off. Around there we've got hide warning stripes or show warning stripes, hide trigger markers or show trigger markers, so that can take all that off so you don't see it. Same goes with this one as well. Light on or off, warning stripes, trigger markers. Come around to the front, that opens it up. Now these are varying capacities and sizes and prices. Like I said, they are all 10 slots. If we go back into build mode and we go to silos and we scroll across, we will get to them momentarily. We start there. So we've got the small universal underfloor bulk storage system, 100,000 litre for 50 grand. For 45 grand you can have a 100,000 litre one, but that's a single fruit. So that one's multi-fruit, the first one. The second one of each is a single fruit option. So if you don't want a multi-fruit but you want storage for one individual crop type, you absolutely can. So then we've got the medium storage, which is 1 million litres, and its counterpart for a single fruit of 1 million litres, 100 grand, 90 grand. Then we've got the large underfloor one, 10 million litres, 200,000 to buy, or the single fruit, 10, I don't know, I can't imagine having 10 million litres of a single particular crop. But anyway, you can there. And then if we go across here, so those ones are your bulk storage system, and then these ones are for your liquids. So this is your small 100,000 litre, single fruit 100,000 litre. We've then got our, actually why are they saying -8? Oh, maybe those are 8s then. 10s for those, 8s for the liquids. Sorry, my mistake, not 10s across the board. Then we've got the million litre, a million litre single fruit, then 10 million litre, 10 million litre single fruit. So those are what they look like. The representative ones just down here. The options for turning on lights and various different things if you want to show. I think for that sort of thing, these buttons and stuff work great when you're first starting out, but also if you're on multiplayer, if you've got a multiplayer map and you've got people coming on who might not have used it before, they might not know what goes in where, out where, and that kind of thing. So that's your bulk storage, that's your liquid storage. Underfloor storage of bulk materials and liquids by ZoddelZockt. Next, we've got the pig food mixer. This building here. This is also by ZoddelZockt. 4.26 megabytes download, 13 slots on console, 195,000 to buy. It does have a panel here. We'll have a quick look first. As you can see, we've got the signs on it. Inside, we've got the in and out and the various different hazard markings, which can be switched on and off. And also the lighting too. We've got a feed recipe now. I'm going to tell this now. The recipes on this is insane. It holds 100,000 litres of each particular crop type. I'm just going to turn all those off. Actually, I might leave the lights on. Warning stripes off. Triggers off. Information panel off. And we'll go back round. You'll see what it looks like now. So the lights are still on. These are on because I've got my warning things on for the game. So if we go in and have a look here, you'll see on the right hand side potato, sorghum, oat, canola, soybean, sunflower, barley, wheat, corn, sugar beet and sugar beet cut are all the things it will take. The recipes down the left hand side are all the various different, I'm not going to read them all out, but you've got potato based recipes, we go down, you've got sugar beet based recipes, and then you've got corn based, I think it is. We'll get to them in a minute. I know, sugar beet, corn, yeah. With all the various different things in there. I haven't turned any of them on yet. It's 24 cycles per month, not a huge amount, so it'll take a while. But if you have got spare bits of all of those crops, if you've done contract work and you've got bits knocking around and you're doing pigs, it probably wouldn't hurt to throw it into a silo like this and just have it chugging away in the background. I'm going to turn them all on because I've got everything, so why not? There's quite a lot. As you can see, that's why I'm not reading them all out. It's probably going a bit mad turning them all on, but how many more have we got? Oh no, we're nearly there. So, scroll down to there, and what you get out is pig food. Whew. So, in's done here. Oh, okay. Wow. And out is there. I probably shouldn't have done that. Let's get away from there. There we go. You'll find it under build mode. Was this under silos? Let me just check my... No, this was under production chains. Under production chains, let's scroll across until we get to it. Pig feed mixer mod. There we go. 195 grand. Slot count will come down from 13 to 1. It's nuts. But, like I say, if you've got a few bits knocking around, you might as well use it and stick it in. Next, we've got this. This is a very handy bit of kit as well. Also by ZoddelZockt, this is the warehouse for cotton. This is 3.83 megabytes download, 14 slots on console, 17,500 to buy. With a 1 million litre capacity. You'll find it under silos. Your cotton goes in here, where it says in. Here, we can disable the pallet spawn point. So once you've put things in, if you don't want pallets to be spawned because you're worried about your pallet limit or whatever, you can leave that like that so it won't spawn anything. So when it goes in, it will store it. If we click on here, we are now on cotton. I can turn that on in a minute, and then that should then transfer it to store. It's like a production chain, but it sets it to storing. I've got a couple of cotton bales there ready to go. And then if we think we go around to the back here, we've got another one of these. There we go. Because it's by ZoddelZockt, we can turn off the lights, turn off the warning stripes, turn off the triggers, and hide production signs. So we just get the sort of standard building like so. So what I'm going to do is put a cotton bale in. I'll put them both in actually, because this does something else. There we go. It's 10,000. Right. So if we click on that, there we go, 20,117. It's turned on, so it should be working now. That's in storage. That will take 1 million litres of cotton. Keep those pesky bales out the way if you don't want them. This you'll find under build mode and silos. This one, just there, 17,500. Slot count will come down from 14 to 1. But if you then want your pallets to be able to take out, it does pallets and not bales coming back out. So if I go to there and do that, it should spawn some pallets. Why is it not spawning the pallets? It's on storing. Oh, there you go. So we get 5,000 litre pallets. Can't lift those, nope. 5,000 litre pallets. So these can be used just the same as bales. So if you've got a bale contract, you can do it like this. I don't know if it'll work with trains. I have had that problem on Griffin. Depending on what mod you've got installed, it may require bales because sometimes it doesn't like to take pallets. But if you want to do that, you can. You can put those back in again if you want to, and then just disable it again if you don't want the pallets out. So you can put regular old bales in, and you can do it with the square bales or the round bales. Will work in here, and then you get your bale pallets out at 5,000 litres each bale, which is pretty cool. So there we go. That's your warehouse for cotton by ZoddelZockt. Next, we've got a big melt. We've got snow melter and water production. Just here. This is by NYKK3, 4.95 megabytes download. So, where's I'm trying to think. This was under productions. I think it was productions. Please tell me it was. Scroll across. So, snow melter and water production. That building is 65,000. The slot count on that, I didn't write it down. That was, oh, maybe I did. Yeah, 18 slots for the melter. So you can bring snow here if it's in winter, or if you've got a buy anything silo, you could buy snow and put it in there to produce water. Again, you might just decide, actually I'd rather just put down a placeable pump or a water pipe, or, you know, it's up to you. But that will melt your snow. Now, next to that, we have got a stone well, we've got a small tank and a medium tank. The stone well, if you don't want to go with melting snow, you can do the well, and that will produce a certain amount of water per month, assuming like you kind of drop in the bucket and pulling the water out. So rather than just being there on tap all the time, it will produce water for you. These are storage tanks. So the small tank is 20,000 litres, the medium tank is 200,000 litres. That one is 3,000 to buy, that one's 5,000 to buy, and that one's 50,000 to buy. We'll have a look at those in just a second as well. I think those are under silos. So yeah, the melter, oh no, they're just there, there you go. So snow melter and water production mod, stone well, small water tank and medium water tank, they're all there under the factory's production. So what I've done, if I go to here, this takes 90,000 litres of water, snow, sorry, haven't turned it on yet. So that will take that snow, and it will take your snow and multiply it by 6. So you get 6 times the amount of water out that you've put in for snow, which is pretty cool. Now you can set that to distributing or selling if you want to. Distributing will distribute it either to your storage tanks or to greenhouses. So if we go down to the next one, the stone well, that one is the one I said you can either produce 500 litres an hour, 1,000 litres an hour, 1,500 litres an hour, or all of them, which I've done. Now the production cost for that is fairly high because it's producing for you. And then we've got the water tank storages. Now those water tank storages you can set again to store or to distributing. And those will distribute to greenhouses. And what else does it distribute to? Did it say? Let me just double check. I've read it somewhere. Was it in the production chains? Oh yeah, it can distribute water to greenhouses and productions. So your stone well or your 2 medium tanks can distribute to greenhouses and productions. You can take it out here if you want to put it into tankers, or you can just distribute yourself. So that's the snow melt facility, that's the stone well. We can click on there and do it from there if we want to. Taking out if we want to, if we don't want to distribute, and then we've got our storage facilities. I think that's right. The snow melter and water production by NYKK3. Next we've got this is the plastic diesel tank. 2.25 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. This is by Sully. It's a 2,500 litre tank. You'll find it in the build mode and containers out on the end there. 750 to buy, not too expensive. We can click on there and you can go from 1 litre to 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500,000 up to 2,500 and fill that with diesel, then come and fill up your tanks whenever you're ready. That was fairly quick and straightforward. That's by Sully. Next we've got the sheep pasture. The sheep pasture is by bgamer003. This is 8.78 megabytes to download, 7 slots on console, 43,000 to buy, will hold 25 sheep. We do have a door that opens and closes here. We do have switch lights on and off, a little light switch there. So lights on and off inside. It's nicely modelled, nicely detailed. Dialogue box is there for your 25 sheep. Water point is there. Your feed trigger is literally just by the door. Fairly straightforward. Ah, now that's interesting. Because they were old as sheep. I did skip through the night. I've got no wool production. Maybe they need to... The health hasn't gone up either. So that's gone through 24 hours of them having water and feed. Their health hasn't moved, and nor has the wool production. To be fair, there's only 10 in there. That could be why, maybe. It's under build mode, under animals, under sheep. There you go. 43 grand. Not too bad. That's the sheep pasture by bgamer003. Next, we've got Pancake Production. This is very cool. Froggies Pancake Place. Love these. So, this can work in conjunction with. There's the maple syrup production by GTX. I want to say GTX. You can buy maple syrup from the shop or produce your own with the maple syrup production by GTX. So you can. So what we've got with this is the Froggies Pancake Place for producing pancakes. And as you can see, we've got them at the front there. That box there has got a maple leaf on it because that's got maple syrup. That's a standard one, although it shows on top, but it hasn't got the maple leaf on it. So that's your standard, and that's with maple syrup. And it also comes with the sell points, so you can sell those, which is lovely. You'll find this under build mode productions. I like all these extra things. The ones we had the other day for doing pizzas, pancakes now. It's brilliant. So 50 grand is all it's going to cost you for the building. There's 12 slots for the building. This is by Yos. 1.34 megabytes download, which is pretty cool. So there's your pancake production building. If we go to sell points, we've got just there the pancake production mod selling station. That's 100 to buy. That's 3 slots, which comes down to 1. I've got that just behind over there. If we come back out for a second before we go into that, and we go to our pricing, and we scroll down to our pancakes. They're down here somewhere. So, pancakes, not bad price actually. Pancakes and maple syrup are worth a bit more. So if you want to do the maple syrup, you can. But you can also buy maple syrup. Now, if you want to work in the slightly dodgy trade of smuggling maple syrup across the Canadian border into America, you can buy maple syrup pallets for 2 grand and sell them for that. So you could make a bit of profit just selling maple syrup if you want to. If we go into... Oh no, it was there. Into here, go to pallets and scroll right to the very end. That's where you'll find the maple syrup pallets. So if you haven't got the mod by GTX and you need the maple syrup to do them, you can buy the pallets there. You then have to ask yourself, it's 2,000 a pallet. How many pallets do you need? It only takes each of the capacities for the pancake production are 200,000 litres, but the recipes don't use a huge amount of maple syrup. It's your choice. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're using the other mod, you know, you only need water for that, and it produces maple syrup, so you haven't got to worry. Then you're not buying them. But like I say, you can buy those and sell them on if you want to. If we go around to the back of the building, inputs are all done here, and this is what it looks like. So pancakes or pancakes with maple syrup, those are the 2 things that are running. Like I said, 200,000 litres of each this will hold. So flour, milk, butter, eggs and maple syrup. If you don't want to do the ones with maple syrup, you don't need that. That's cool. And then outgoing, I've got it on storing, but again, you can set that to selling or distributing. I don't think there's anywhere that takes them, but you could store or sell. It's just another, it's like the bakery, but just a slightly different, just a different take on it. I like the idea of it. What we're going to do is let's grab one of those. I think I've got the liftable pallets mod on, I have. It's not bad, 4,412 for a pallet with maple syrup. Be a little bit less for the ones without maple syrup, but that's all good. 3,849. You can't go wrong. And hey, who doesn't love pancakes? Who doesn't love pancakes? Come on, Clutch. Clutch loves pancakes. So, Froggies Pancakes Place. That's by Yos. Very cool. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, and this is a big one. I'm not going to lie, I personally think this is a game changer. For people that don't like doing logging, this is the answer to your prayers. This is the wood production. So wood production, this is by NYKK3, 4.54 megabytes download. It's 11 slots for this, and you'll find this under greenhouses. What else have we got? We've got a storage building here, which is 20 slots, and then we've got a sell point. I think I put the sell point behind, just over there. So if you don't like doing logging, if you don't like doing lumber, cutting down trees and all that, but you want to use some of the other mods that require wood, this produces it for you. With seed, water, you can add manure or slurry as well, which speeds up the process. So the water will go in here. I think one of the byproducts is I was going to say wood chips is wood chips. The capacities on this vary slightly. The water capacity is 20,000 litres, seeds 2,000 litres, manure 5,000, slurry 5,000, wood capacity is 3,000 litres, wood chips is 10,000 litres. This will also do planks, so you can treat it like a sawmill, although it runs a lot slower. It does say, if you're thinking about doing that, it says the production also works like a small sawmill. It can produce boards with the produced wood, but it is less efficient and slow, so a normal sawmill is preferable. So you can distribute the things out. So these are what your wood pallets look like. Now they're quite heavy. It's 1,000 litres of wood. What we're going to do is go to here. If you can bring lumber here as well and put it in production if you wanted to, if you want to use like a sawmill. So if you don't want to produce your own wood, you can bring lumber here, and we've got our sell wood there. If we click on this, you will see I've run out of water. Brilliant. So you've got water, wood, slow. So that's just water and seed. That will produce wood for you. Water, wood, fast. That's water, seed and manure. And then water, wood, fast with water, seed and slurry. And that will produce those pallets of wood for you. Now I've got mine on distributing because one of the byproducts is wood chips as well. But then if you want to run it like a sawmill, you can produce planks as well. You've got a slow and a fast one there. But they're still, let's say fairly slow, not horrendously slow. I mean, you could run it all from there if you wanted to. It's not too expensive either, which is great. 20 grand for this facility. Now, there is a knock-on effect of this. The timber storage is brilliant. The timber storage will do, what was it? It's 1 million litres. I want to say 1 million litres of wood and 250,000 litres of wood chip. I'm pretty sure it is. And you can set those to distributing. Sorry, on here. Set those to distributing, so it should distribute out to there. As you can see, I've already got some in. I haven't got any wood chips though. Why have the wood chips? Where have the wood chips gone? That should have been producing some. I've got 10,000 litres of wood, so that's fine. So if I go next door, you'll see on there, that's my storage. And I've also got the option with this as well to do that, and it should spawn the pallets in a second, so you'll get some more, you'll see them come out. You might do at some point. Who knows? Right, so under build mode. Oh, there we go. It just popped out. And production. Oh no, this is under greenhouses, not production. It's under greenhouses. 20 grand for the wood production, which gets you. Which gets you that. Okay, so that gets you that bit, which is perfect. And then under, I'm going to say silos. I think it might be right in the very end. There we go. The timber storage, that's 80 grand, but like I say, 1 million litres of wood, 250,000 litres of wood chips. So that's pretty cool. So again, you then at this point have not had to do any logging. You put seed, water and fertiliser in here, and you're going to get pallets of wood come out, which can be distributed to other productions which are going to require wood for the productions they're doing. Now here's the thing, this is a little bit dodgy, but if you don't even want to do that, if you have the mod installed and you have certain buy anything silos installed and certain auto load trailers installed, what you can do with an auto load trailer and a buy anything silo, if you need the wood but you don't even want to go through that process, if I go to start filling, where are we? It's here somewhere. Watch it not work now. There we go, wood. 20,000 litres of wood for 15 grand. So I can get it from the silo. This is going to make doing mod reviews and stuff so much easier. And I can unload my pallets of wood. And like I say, that's not what it's designed to do. The mod's not designed for that. I think that's just a byproduct of having certain mods installed. That's why it's a game changer. You know, I know a lot of people, whenever I do stuff about whether it's lumber related, and people say, I can't stand doing logging. I hate doing logging. I really want to use this mod, but I don't want to do the logging to be able to do it. Like the pallet production, that's one of them, isn't it? Making pallets for doing the fish farming. There were a few mods that came out that required pallets to be made, but you needed the wood to make the pallets, and people said, I don't want the hassle. This solves that problem. Get this running, or buy the wood, and then you can get your pallets going. I think it's brilliant. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It will make a big difference to a lot of people. So there we go. That's the wood production by NYKK3. The water does go in here. The rest of your products go in the back here. You can take your wood chips out here if you've got any. For some reason, it doesn't seem to reduce any for me, but that may be only when I... No, it did say on all the production. And that's it, I think, for the mods for today. There is a map out, Bear Rock Logging by Poor Boy and NLA Farming. I won't get onto that till tomorrow morning now, I'm afraid. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.